to Missouri. We're on the train taking the river run down.
On our way to Missouri. I think that's right?
Right. Washington, Missouri.
Washington, Missouri. Okay.
See you along.
All righty.
Whoever's trying to kind of, just because it's that dense, really cool problem for us to have. To talk about a lot of our machinery, everything is really bespoke for this process. Like this machine in this photo is something we came up with to try and catch up on the demand. And it's one of the two ways that we shape pipes here. One is still by hand on a lathe with a chisel, and the other is on a machine like this where you would mount a cob onto this spindle, and as it goes through, it'll hit a cutter head and then come out with the shape. Pretty clever little machine, and we still use it to this day.
It's the size of it. Feed a family.
Does anyone have any questions?
What do you do with the corn itself?
Oh, the corn, we'll sell to feed companies, cornmeal companies, and then that we have every single day, just because there are certain cobs, as the cob will taper at one end or the other, it may not be suitable for making a pipe and that kind of thing. Or sometimes we'll get 5 or 6 stages into that process, and the pipe will have a flaw in it, so we have to get rid of it. But if you guys remember the elevator we saw out in the museum, that's an elevator out here, which is pretty simple. A lot of the same setup and design, but this one you can see it still has the big steel coil for letting the elevator up and down. So something that's unique to this elevator is when you turn it on the left side of the elevator, there are 2 pulleys. And this drives it up, and this drives it down. And there's no automatic stop. So as you're driving this elevator, you have to be mindful if you're going up to the dirt, you have to sort of guess where the floor is, otherwise you're going to have a big old gap. Same for a second floor, and if you bottom out the elevator, that whole spool will unwrap, and then, from what I've heard, it's a giant pain, so I don't touch it. Super cool things that are out here. Unfortunately, we caught right in the middle of trash duty, so right in front of our elevator,
We're forbidden to touch it because it's very touchy itself. So you control it with ropes, and if you do it just the wrong way, it will bottom out.
and this is something worth pointing out here too. We had thought about bringing this out into the museum, but the truth is it still works. So it's going to stay here in case we ever get to fight a fire.
Yeah. Pretty unique, and we think of everything.
This room bears a little talk for a minute. Being in years for 100, or being in business for 150 years has lent us some pretty strange machinery over the years, and machinery that's broken down or replaced with something a little bit better. So this is kind of our graveyard, so to speak, for a lot of that older equipment that we've taken out of service. We may bring it back into service one day, but for now, we found a system that really does work. Unfortunately, we used to have a lot of really cool machinery up here, but scrap prices were high in the 90s. Phil and I weren't here to protect it, so we turned it into cash, which is really sad and unfortunate, but there's still a lot of really cool stuff here, and honestly, we don't even know really what's there.
Some of them we don't. Because some of the things we lost were that years ago we made a pipe called the Aristocob, which actually, if you're familiar with it, it was an aluminum or metal pipe that had a corncob insert for the bulb. Well, the pipes, they quit making the pipes years ago, the metal part, but they're still out there. But the machine we had that made the corncob pipe, the insert, which people still call us, I mean, every month we'll get somebody call us and say, hey, do you still have some inserts for the Aristocob? Well, they pitched the machine. So that was one of the machines that they scrapped. Otherwise, we could still be making those too. So that's the unfortunate part of that.
Yeah, and that's a real pity too. Because
and even the Bulldog, whatever they had set up to make the Bulldog back then, that which we intend to bring back, you know, they scrapped that machine too.
So it's really an effort of trying to figure out how we can make that work without the machine. That's been a real process, but we're getting closer and closer every day.
And there just isn't enough call for those inserts to make a new machine.
Right.
Although if we ever brought the pipe back, the pipe itself back, then there would.
And you know what? I really think that would work.
Yeah.
With you guys going on. A lot of people have switched over to the aluminum pipes and stuff. Just
This is our cow room. So whenever we bring over cows from across the river, this is a room that they live in, primarily just because there's a really wonderful cross breeze that goes through here on the afternoon. We have windows on this side and on that side. So it really helps the cows lose moisture, just keep the air movement that kind of stuff needs. The way we get them around the room is a little interesting as well. But because of its width, this will probably go on to be a country gentleman or an apple diplomat or anything like that someday.
And by the time we get done shelling what we have over at the corn crib right now, this room will be full.
Oh my God.
It'll be just wall corn.
And to the point where we're going to have to get a little bit creative. On the polar opposite end from here, there's a big empty space that we'll probably have to fill that with corn too.
What do you do? Put it like in.
Rotate, drill out a cob, and then it falls back into that barrel below. Once those are drilled, then they come back like this. These turning machines are the same one that I pointed out to you guys upstairs. Where you put down the cob section, and as it goes through, it'll come back out with a shape. Approximately half the pipes that we come out with today have a shape somewhat similar to this. And all of these machines, we've been using them since they were patented. They're probably about 60 to 75 years old. The other way that we do pipes here is by hand on a lathe. And I apologize because this place is so old. We're gonna ricochet around this room a little bit. So stay close to me.
I think he just not be the right size if he can tell.
Shapes that we make on our turning machines is called the Legend. Did you ever walk into the Walgreens it'll spool in the sugar syrup, and all that sugar will rub off on all the M&Ms, and that's how the candy shell is made for an M&M. We kind of use the same process for lacquering our pipes. So pipes like the Legend that we just saw when we were out there, they get lacquered in these machines. These big trays are then put here, they're dumped out, and then the tray is lifted and put up on here. Now this little fan doesn't look like it's going to kick all that much air, but trust me, it'll blow you away if you're not paying attention to it. When we put these up on here, that lacquer will only take about 15 minutes to dry. It's really remarkable, but something kind of neat, I'll point out two really cool things in this room before we leave it. We've been lacquering so long in this room that when we put a tray on this, it'll hit that back wall. Look at the channel that's been put into this wall over the years. These trays constantly being very thick indentation in that wall. Right? Another kind of cool thing, every so often we'll change these out, not out of frugality, but because if it's not broken, don't fix it. We use this just tire thumper to stir our lacquer before we put it into these machines. If you guys want, you can feel it. It's totally dry.
It's almost like a weapon.
I say I like that.
And I'll tell you what, when these have...
And look at the end. You can see, you can look through the very end.
Yep. When these get so big to a point that we can't use them anymore, trust me, people fight.
They want.
Oh, I bet.
I bet. I would love to have one for the museum, but I'm going to have to wait my turn, I guess.
You know what? I think you could probably know somebody to get one.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know how many yet, but I'll bet it's more than what we realize. Oh, believe me, if they were lacquering in here, it would drive you out of here.
Yeah, it would drive you right out. And kind of the cool thing about our lacquer, too, is within about 20 minutes, you really can't tell we were lacquering in here at all. It just dissipates that fast. And it's not because we're blowing it out on the sidewalk. Yeah, we do that. But it's very powerful when it's fresh, but as soon as it dries, you don't get that smell anymore. Let's head right across the hall. We're going to go into our finishing room.
They'll have those probably half full. Yeah. Yeah, they fill them up pretty quick.
Well, you guys might be familiar with something like this from the previous room. When all the bowls are totally finished and ready for assembly, we'll push those crates right into this room where they'll wait for our production process to catch up to the point where we need to do them. I've been talking a lot about the Legend today, and for good reason. It's because we make so many Legends here. There's down this row of barrels right up here. If you come down Monday morning, it might be totally empty. By Monday afternoon, it's totally full. And that whole week, it just goes up and down because we're making so many Legends every day. It's just one of those staging areas where when a pipe is finished, it'll go live in that barrel because we make so many. Our volume is so high. Come right on in, folks.
We get to meet the girls now.
A lot of really delicate piecework is done in this room. Like I mentioned before, it's primarily women in here, not because men can't do it, but because men are stubborn mules at heart. We don't pay attention to the close details like women do, so we're really proud of the fact that we do have a lot of women in here because they make our pipes look beautiful. Every single step of the process is all done by hand in this room, with a few small exceptions. On the inside of a typical shank, you might find this on a Country Gentleman or a Legend. We will drill this hole a little bit wider to accommodate a mouthpiece. We'll put a print on it. We'll clip the end and put a ferrule on it, and that's what Peggy is doing here. If you buy a pipe upstairs today, if you bought a pipe a few years ago, chances are very, very high that it was Peggy who put the ferrule on that shank.
Yay, Peggy!
Peggy is an absolute dynamo at this. By her request, she doesn't like to do anything else. She's just happy to do this. And I think that's a really cool connection because Peggy is one of those unsung heroes. Whenever you buy one of our pipes and it has a barrel on it, it was Peggy. Really, really neat. So when that shank is completely assembled, bring it over here where the shank is then, there's a ring of glue that's put around it and it's pounded into a pipe. That glue is then about to dry, and what we're working on right here is it's called patching. So let's see if I can find a good example. Can I borrow one? guys look here, you can see on this pipe here that the transition is really, really hard. You can see exactly where that shank was put in. One of the toughest things we do in the building is patch our pipes. And all that is, and not to say all that is, it make it seem really simple. We'll put glue on a very small knife, totally bespoke for that purpose, and then we'll massage that glue into this joint. And all that does is soften it so you don't think about it. You know, if you were to buy this pipe, one of the first things that would jump out at you is this transition. But by patching it, people look at the entire pipe. So it's something really important we do, not just for looks, but for some functionality as well. You know, with this being a natural product, there's sometimes a chance that where the bowl meets the shank, there could be a little bit of airflow, so it kind of plugs up whatever remaining airflow there is left. After that, it gets a mouthpiece and it hits the door. Come on around the stage.
These are different from those.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you, girls. Thanks.
A lot of our pipes are kept back here, especially things like Country Gentlemen, all the Diplomats, the Little Double Cutties, the Outlaw Series, MacArthur's. Anything that's not a super high volume pipe, we'll keep back here until it's time to ship it. That's wholesale or retail on our website. Then a lot of our higher volume, high run pipes that we make, little barrels kind of like this. And as you walk down, you can see what pipe is in each barrel. A lot of different shapes. Some of them might be straight, some of them might be a lot of different shapes. Some of them might be straight, some that's wholesale or retail on our website. Then a lot of our higher volume, not a super high volume pipe, we'll keep back here until it's time to ship it. That's wholesale or retail on our website. We're waiting for the money to just come right on out here. We'll go into our shipping area.
Go past you.
By and large, a lot of our pipes are finished in our finishing. But every so often, we get a little bit of overflow, so there is some finishing and final assembly that's done out here before the pipes are packaged. They're ready to leave. The boxes are assembled down there, and they kind of come off this, they'll get weighed on the scale, final taping, and then they'll hit the road, basically. Behind this area is where all of our retail packaging is done. So just like what we saw in there, there's a very miniature version of that that lives out here specifically for our website. And you come down here,
It's white birch from like Massachusetts.
all of these boxes are leaving today. And, you know, this is somewhat typical for a normal day down here where all of our regular American wholesale orders are boxed up. The FedEx guy comes right around 4 o'clock and we pick up these boxes. But if you look behind you, these are all of our foreign orders. We're waiting for the money to come through. And when it does, we sent out a lot of foreign orders recently. But it's kind of neat that there are still some sitting around. You know, upstairs I mentioned that we had some from even New Zealand. It looks like New Zealand left either this morning or yesterday. One last thing worth mentioning before we go back upstairs to the museum. This is just something I think that's really, really cool. Some people ask me what it's like to work in a place like this. And I tell them it's kind of like the shop. But they don't believe me, so you guys got to see this. So we have 2 old-timey safes here. And they hold a lot of our important documents. You know, to walk in here, it's big enough for me to extend my arms in both directions, which is pretty unique, but it also holds a lot of our oldest ledgers. And let's see how old this one is. I just sort of grabbed it at random. 1883, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So we keep a lot of very, very old books at our downstairs safe because we have 2 of them. There's one immediately above us. Our downstairs on what if we do any special run pipes for anybody, they'll live kind of down here. A lot of our old ledgers, a lot of stuff that's really pertinent to our process down here. We kind of keep it this safe just because it's nearby. And then a lot of our more important, relevant, modern day stuff will live in our upstairs. However, the reason these safes are here is because when the Titties divested their interest in the company to the Otto family, Old Man Otto brought on a partner. And he realized within a few months of working together that they didn't really like each other that much. So Old Man Otto put in the safe upstairs. Well, not to be outdone, his partner put one in downstairs. And he became so hated that he also put in this door and then bought a spiral staircase so he wouldn't have to talk to anybody downstairs. He wanted his own entrance. But the knucklehead bought the wrong turning of this spiral staircase. If you look on the underside, that's where all the treads are. So this is upside down.
Well, you didn't buy it, but the person who put it in there. I wonder if like that too.
And as you can see, with this building being sold and so much weight upstairs from the other safe, this door has long since ceased to shut. But anyway, that's our factory, folks.
Nice.
I want to go back upstairs.